And now,
All right, so let's go to the big book here. Where there is no vision, the people perish. I truly believe this. All of these events that I've gone to, some more than others, more so out of the real estate industry, I've always kind of created my life in my mind. And this is probably the hardest thing for some of you hard chargers to get your mind around. And that exercise with the marshmallow is kind of an example of this if I stretch it. But what you create in your mind, it has to start there. And then you lay the plans to get there. But the outcome is like way more important. Than there's a dozen different ways you're going to get there. Some ways you're going to try, and it doesn't work. But the outcome doesn't change. Like just because Lisa is having a tough time recruiting buyer agents, it doesn't change her outcome of wanting a true business, right? But if you don't have that out there, it's like, oh, this is just too hard. Versus like, I've got to put this shit together because 5 years from now, I want to do this. If I don't put this together the right way, so it keeps you laser focused on what you want. And I don't think there's enough of this in the real estate industry, really thinking about at a gut level, like why the F would I go through all this pain? And why would I put up with all the stuff we put up with? Working with clients that are just like, all the crazy comes out in a transaction. I mean, it all comes out. And it's like, why am I at this home right now where I'm loving on this 15-year-old blue carpet? And I'm telling this seller like it's definitely, you're still building rapport, so you can't tell them it's total shit. And you're like, oh man, this is so hard. But having the vision of why you're doing it at that moment or why you're prospecting on a Saturday morning when your family's like going out and doing something, as long as you make sure the wife's okay with it. All right, so, and those people, I guess the secret kind of was the first sort of, really publicized version of this where like, just put it out there. And the secret sort of, they leave out the part that there's like a whole, you put it out there and then you got to just like, got to get to work. So it does give you, when the times are tough, knowing what your life's going to be like gives you that sense of fulfillment, even if you haven't achieved it. And so that's the one thing. There's stuff that's hard that you're going to do in your business, but if you don't have that thing that you're going after, it is infinitely harder to get through it. And we're going to go through the process here. The end game of this process is to have, and I've always had these, is to have, like literally keep your shit in front of you. So I've got a couple versions of this that we're going to go through, but to keep your vision in front of you. So we're going to have 6 areas, personal, professional, that we'll go through very, very deep at an emotional level. And my hope for you is that you put it together and you memorialize it. So literally keep your vision in front of you. And it's just a habit. So there's like, people that just habitually see all the shit in the world. And it's like, and that person instantly when you start talking to them. And then there's people that just generally see the future being bright. And so if you make it a habit to see your future better than where you are, it's way better than just being sort of stuck in the mud of real estate.